Hello and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today we're actually not cooking, and I apologize for how I look, but I was like, I need to start my video because I'm gonna actually teach you something and it takes 30 hours to do. And my daughter's still asleep, so everybody, good morning to Faith as I move her, or I attempt to move her. Right, sweetie? Right? So we are going to make Starbucks cold brew. Legit Starbucks cold brew. I used to be a barista at Starbucks, and then I wasn't, but I fell in love with their cold brew while I was working there. And I wanted to be able to make it at home and save tons of money. And the way that I make it makes 4 cups a week if you do the grande size. Now, if you want to do venti, I am going to give you I'm going to put in the links, the Amazon links to the cold brew maker, the Pike's Place roast, which is the type of bean that they use, but we don't have a 10-gallon pot in our home. So you're gonna go ahead and get it freshly ground, but that's what this is for. We're still gonna do the same amount of hours. It's gonna be fine. And I'm gonna give you the link to the sugar-free vanilla. And it comes with the dispenser. And I don't know if you can see on the back, but it is 0 calories. It is 1 carb per 2 tablespoons. Just so you know, a grande drink has 4 pumps. That's 2 tablespoons is in 4 pumps. So your 4 pumps only adds 1 carb. The only added, you get 5 calories, but no carbs. You get 5 calories in a cup of coffee, just standard, but no carbs. So you'll have 1 carb in your flavoring, and then you'll have 2 carbs in the heavy cream. So it's a 3 carb drink anytime you order a cold brew and you add the sugar-free vanilla and some heavy cream. And that's exactly what we're due. It's a low carb drink or a keto-based drink available at your Starbucks, but you can make it at home. And this package lasts me about 3 months. And I make 1 batch, so 4 cups a week. So I'll do 4 of them at home. I still go to Starbucks once a week just to say hi to the people I used to work with. But let's get going. Now, if you're going to drink it 7 days a week, just when you go on the website for this, you can go to the 2-quart size. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. So, first things first, let me just go ahead and aim down onto the counter. 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna take the lid off. Inside, there's a canister that's gonna hold the coffee grounds and this rubber holder. You put this in, he may bark again. There are a lot of cars in our neighborhood this morning. He thinks he's a watchdog. So right now I'm trying to make it where you can see it. I open this up, and basically the rule of thumb, and you can do this with any brand, I just want it, a lot of people like Starbucks, and if you want the authentic Starbucks taste, you're gonna do this. But if you like Dunkin' Donuts, or you just wanna save money but you wanna make cold brew at home, you can use any. I'm just gonna go for the traditional Starbucks flavoring. So I'm gonna pour this in, and we'll see if I have enough without opening. And as you see, she tries to help, but it's not friendly. There we go. I'm probably gonna finish off this bag. I'm trying to flatten it out, and I'm kind of eyeballing my measurement. I want it about 1/2 inch from the top. So if you end up going for your, I'll swear to you, my daughter's asleep. So this makes, anytime I cook and you see her, you know that my daughter's not around to help. Okay. All right, that's 1/2 inch. You know what? I only have a few granules left. A few granules is not gonna change the taste, and I can just get rid of that bag. So let me see. I can kind of just show you. So it's a 1/2 inch from the top. Key here, you need filtered water. Starbucks uses a triple filtration. It's more filtered than even your bottled waters. However, I know that we don't tend to have that at our houses. So if you have a fridge that has a filtration system on it, use filtered water from there, or go to the store and get bottled purified water. We're gonna fill this up until the line up here is completely full, which usually means it's gonna fill all the way to the top. We're gonna go fairly slow. And just a heads up, whether you're doing cold brew or any beverage at Starbucks, it is 3 pumps for a tall, 4 pumps for a grande, 6 pumps for a venti, which means it is slightly less than 1 carb on a tall size drink. It is a full 1 carb on a grande, and it is 1.5 carbs on a venti. Just to let you guys know what you're adding if you use the sugar-free vanilla. That's it. It is 5 calories on a grande. It is 3 calories on a tall, and it is 8 calories of coffee, no carbs on a venti. But there's no carbs in that. There's just, for some reason, there's trace amount of carbs, or calories, sorry, in coffee. But there's no carb count to coffee. So I don't worry about that. 5 calories, walk 2 steps and you burn them. It'll be your choice of whether or not you want to do half and half or heavy cream is really going to be where it makes the difference in your overall calorie count. Not your carb count, but your calorie count. So I don't know how well you can tell. I'm about here right now. Now when you get it to the top, you might think I need to stop. My pause turned off. Sorry about that, guys. I'm the only one awake. I'm going to hit mute. Okay. I'm right back here. This is what happens. It's summer, I'm the only one awake. So now, okay, it just got to the top, but I'm gonna sit for a minute and let some of this go down, because it will. I'm watching it still go down, because I'm gonna get the water pretty close to the top in here, pretty close. Because over time, the water that's in here is still gonna leach out. And I want as much of that flavor as I can. When I see that it's not really absorbing into the coffee, I'm gonna put the top on, and then I'll explain our next step. So we're really, really close. And you'll even notice that it's kind of already turning golden. It's gonna be pretty dark when we're done. All right, at this time, I'm just gonna simply screw the top on. Make sure it's on nice and tight. And seal. It'll go in the fridge. So it's gonna go into the fridge for 30 hours. So you have to kind of plan your timing. So I put mine in at 9 a.m. in the morning so that it's ready after 3 the following day. So if I wanted to have a drink this afternoon, I would head over to Starbucks and do my weekly. I do a little bit of a swirl, kind of get the action going. And I literally count out 30 hours. And that's the Starbucks time, because I'm trying to mimic their flavoring. So what'll happen is I'll come back on tomorrow. I'll have my makeup done and everything. And what I'll do is we'll take it out and then I'll show you how much water to add. Whenever you buy Starbucks concentrates that they now make in the store, they always tell you 50-50. And then you're like, why doesn't it taste the same? Because it's not 50-50. So those were things that I learned being a barista. So I'm gonna show you how much water to truly add and what we do to it. And then we are going to make an authentic drink that is low carb that you can go and order. Or if you wanna get this stuff, you can have it on hand. I purchase this stuff probably 4 times a year, and I literally have 4 drinks at home every single week. So it is a huge money saver. And if you ever want tips and tricks, if you want to take your carb count from, so our drink will be 3 carbs tomorrow. If you want to take your drink count up to 7 carbs, there's one switch you can do. So if you have a 7 carb day and you just want to do something besides this, there's one simple change you can do, and you can still have a different flavor of a drink. And I'll explain that tomorrow in there. But I will link in here what you need to order to make cold brew at home and start saving yourself some money, and you get Starbucks. I mean, how cool is that? So I will be back tomorrow with cold brew. All right, see you then. Okay, we are at 30 hours. What I did, just so you guys can see, what I did is I took out a grande size cup, a venti size cup, and a Trenta size cup. I'm not making all 3 sizes, but I'm gonna explain to you these lines. And I will also tell you how much, if you don't have a Starbucks cup at home, what the true measurements are. These lines mean something. Whenever you go to a Starbucks and you're like, what are those lines for? They really mean something. So, but first we have to get this ready. So I'm gonna aim down and I'm gonna show you the first part of what we're going to do. So the other day we have this filter inside that is filled with the coffee. So I'm now going to unscrew the lid. I will rinse out, there's just a couple grounds. So now I'm going to lift off the coffee grounds, and I've got this right here, but I don't want to just move it just yet. We still have water. We want to collect everything. So I'm just going to lightly tap in here. You'll see that there's a few little drops that are kind of coming off to the side, but my goal is to get as much of the coffee into the jar as possible. And like I said, links to this, links to the sugar-free vanilla syrup, and links to the Pike's Roast blend, so you can have a true Starbucks cold brew or even an iced coffee. Guys, if you have a Keurig, you can get those K-cups that are refillable, or if you have a brew over ice, just buy the Pikes and put some ice into a cup, and you can do it that way. You would just be an iced coffee instead of a cold brew if you prefer iced coffees over cold brew. I prefer cold brew because the acid amount is almost nil compared to coffee, so it's much easier on the stomach. But I know some people prefer the coffee. The syrup and the cream measurements are exactly the same. So if you like the coffee taste, it would still be the same coffee. This would be the same, the sugar-free, every measurement would be the same. The flavor profile would change a little bit, just if you like coffee, iced coffee versus cold brew. So now I'm barely dripping. And I'm gonna move this into here. What I'm going to do with this, if you've ever been, I'm gonna hold that up to you. So if you've ever been to a Starbucks, they always have a bag the next day of roasted grinds to go home. So if you're a gardener, save them and use it for planting. You can use it for composting. If you have a garbage disposal and your sink is empty, put this down your garbage disposal when it's empty. Add a few ice cubes so it'll crank it up, and it cleans your garbage disposal, guys. It's a natural cleaner. Didn't know if you knew that. Just a little side hack, things that I learned. If you don't have a garbage disposal, trash it is. I'm gonna put it down my garbage disposal. So let's get to talking about how it's not a 50-50. Do you see the difference after you brew and you remove? So if you do choose to buy the concentrate in the store and they say mix 50-50, it's basically 2/3 to 1/3. I just want you to visually see that. It's a 2/3 to 1/3. So if you ever buy a concentrate in the store, you've got 8 ounces in a grande, 8 ounces. So I do about 6 ounces when I buy the concentrate, and then I do about 2 ounces of water. And that's not exactly in the thirds, but that one's hard to measure out. This one's easy for me because I just need to go top this part off with filtered water right now, which I'm gonna do. And I will be right back. I'll just keep talking to you guys. Just if you, like I said, if you have a fridge that's got a filtered, filtered water, then you can use that. If not, have bottled water, because Starbucks has triple filtration. This is only single, but it's still gonna be much better. Now, oh, I forgot to rinse this. There were like 5 grinds in there. Probably not even enough. I would tell you there's probably a couple grinds on the Starbucks cup, but you never see it because by the time you get to the bottom, we're already rinsing it out. So what I do is I'm now going to mix it so it's an even profile. That's it, guys. This lasts a full week in the fridge, just so you guys know. All right, so let me first tell you how you can make any of these drinks, and then we're gonna make a grande. So on the grande, there's 2 lines. This is 8 ounces. So if you don't have a Starbucks cup, use a measuring cup and look at your ounces, and 8 ounces is a cup, by the way. So you can use a measuring cup. It's 1 cup of cold brew. But you're gonna go to the green line, but not this way. If you've ever watched a Starbucks person pour, if you go this way, you're at about 7.5. You go looking down, and when you go looking down, I know it's hard to see, but I actually have about 2 more millimeters of coffee to add. So you fill it looking into it, and you'll notice they put it under the spigot and fill. They're looking for that line. So it's gonna come out to be 8 ounces, or like I said, you can measure it. If you have a venti or a trenta, your 3-liner. These lines mean everything, but like I said, we're talking iced coffees and cold brews. So same rules follow. You're gonna go to the middle line on both of these if you're venti or trenta. Okay, so you're gonna go to that second line. Venti, 10 ounces. On a venti cup, you're at a 20-ounce cup. It's basically half coffee. These are 16 ounces, half coffee. These are 24 ounces. You're gonna go to the middle line, 12 ounces, half coffee. So that's another good way of looking at it. You want it half coffee. Easy way of figuring that out. Okay, grande, 4 pumps. Venti, 6 pumps. Trenta, 8 pumps. If you're like me, over time, things start to get sweeter the more you eat low carb, the more you eat keto, and you might actually find yourself reducing. Sometimes I want 4 pumps, sometimes I want 3, sometimes I want 3.5. That's where it's kind of fun on your own. You want that. Then you're looking at it from above. This is the heavy cream. You may think that that looks like a lot. It's actually 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons, which is how we're able to measure everything. 2 tablespoons is 100 calories. I already told you that 8 ounces of coffee is 5, so it's 105 calories. There's no calories in the sugar-free. So it's 105 calories. It is 1 carb per tablespoon. So that's 2 tablespoons, 2 carbs. It's 1 carb per 4 pumps. So a grande is 3 carbs, 105 calories. This is my standard. And that's really not a high drink. This is gonna have 2.5 on the cream because you're upping it 2 ounces in the coffee. And this is gonna have 3 in the cream. You'll notice the spread. So it's gonna up your calorie count, but you always eyeball down into it. If you ever see a Starbucks person who doesn't add they add the pumps and the cold brew and the ice, and then they do the cream at the end, there's these little lines at the top. They're measurements as well. And some people like to just have that look of the cream being poured over. I didn't do that, I don't do that. But technically you would do coffee, ice to the top, and then that would be your cream, and you'd let it drizzle down. If you want to know what the top lines are for. So anyways, rule of thumb, I gave you all your measurements, and now it's time to make it. So let's make it. I am going to get myself slightly over 1 cup of crushed ice. This is not Starbucks size ice. I may have to get a little bit more. If you have crushed ice, great. If you have regular size ice, great. You'll use less of it. Yeah, nobody at home has Starbucks size ice. They have certain size scoops. That scoop should be, not 8 ounces, it should be 6 ounces on a grande. Slightly less because they're compensating for your cream or your milk or your almond milk or whatever in your flavoring. So they're compensating for that. So it should be 6 ounces in here. I have already learned that it's a 1 cup of my crushed ice because my crushed ice is slightly smaller than the ice that they use. So I'm gonna get a cup of ice, we're gonna get going. I know you heard me, we have this love-hate relationship with our ice maker because we can get crushed ice, we can get regular ice all out of the crushed one. Now the regular one's not an issue, but I'm like, really? Okay, 4 pumps because I'm gonna order it the way you would get it at Starbucks. 4 pumps. Let me just bring it over. You can already, here we go. All right, I'm doing everything eyeballing down. It's pretty fast. I like to do this, that's just me. My ice is sticking in here. I wonder if I used it right before I came on. If you have a little bit extra room, no worries. Give it a little top off. You'll even see them do that sometimes after they add their ice. If there's a little extra room, they'll go back over there and do a little top off. Then they put their lid on. I have my home cup and we're done. And Starbucks cold brew, made exactly how they make it at Starbucks. And that is great, that is great. I did tell you a twist the other day, so that's 3 carbs. If you ever have extra carbs and you wanna go, I'm gonna tell you the 7 and the 10 carb, and it's only 1 swap. If you ever wanna go 7 carbs and you've got the chance, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is totally the keto and low carb way. What I'm about to do is going to be low carbers or lazy dirty keto. It's not going to be a clean keto. If you want to go to 7 carbs, you do 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla and 1 pump, this is grande size, 1 pump any other flavor because the profile is the same. 1 pump of caramel, 1 pump of hazelnut, one pump of white mocha with the 3 pumps of sugar-free is actually more of a French vanilla. I don't know why, because it's a white mocha. It's just interesting. But that'll give you 7 carbs if you stick with heavy cream. So you can add 1 pump of any flavor that you want. If you like a caramel macchiato, then I would suggest doing the iced coffee version, but I'm gonna up you to 10 carbs now. And if you wanna go 10 carbs, you can do the same flavor profile, 3 in 1, 3 of a sugar-free, 1 of anything. So if you're a caramel macchiato lover, you're not gonna ask for a caramel macchiato, you're gonna ask for an iced coffee or an iced cold brew. You can do either one, but you might want an iced cold brew because macchiatos use espresso, and espressos and cold brew are very close in strength. So you might want to do the cold brew, but you're going to ask for almond milk instead of cream. So you'll do 3 pumps of your sugar-free vanilla, a pump of caramel, and almond milk. And that will be as close to a macchiato as you can get. I've done it with the almond milk and I've done it with heavy cream. I actually like the heavy cream better, but I know some people like the other one better. So whether you're iced coffee or cold brew, you make them exactly the same. But if you like that smoothness of cold brew, I will leave the links down below and you can start making it at home and then have that as an occasional treat for when you want to mix up some other flavors. Like I said, I go there once a week, and my once a week is always something else. It'll be a 3 pump with a 1 pump of something else, just because I know I can do this one at home. So I hope it gives you something fun to do, and I hope you guys can start saving some money and start doing some here, but still support your local stores. All right, until next time. Oh, wait a second. I will be back looking pretty, because I will be back first thing in the morning after not eating and not drinking, because I have a giveaway to announce. So I'll be back first thing in the morning to announce that. So I'll kind of look like I did at the beginning of the video, freshly woken up, but I will announce the winner of the salt and pepper shakers at the end of this video. All right, thanks. All right, here we go. It is now officially Monday morning, even though you're seeing this on Wednesday. And that, as you guys know, is because I'm off to go have surgery. But I promised I would do a drawing for that salt and pepper shaker. If you watched last week's video, you know what I'm talking about. So in here are the pieces of paper, and everyone has a name on it, and there were 10 pieces of paper in here. So let's get shaking. I almost feel like I should say like drum roll please or something like that. Okay, the winner of the 500 subscribers salt and pepper shaker is, I'm putting that over there. Do you see it? There we go. Lorraine Soto, congratulations, Lorraine Soto. And I'm excited because I have a past with her. I used to teach in the town that she's from, and she's also on my Facebook page. So getting in touch with her will be fun. So yay, way to go, Lorraine. Everybody in the comments, congratulate Lorraine. Lorraine, I will be reaching out to you so that we can get it sent your way. And since I know where you're from, I know Amazon goes to you. So congratulations. I really hope you enjoy them as much as me. And to everybody watching, I really hope you enjoy starting to make some Starbucks. I mean, enjoy. All right. I'll see you next week somehow. All right. Bye.